I like watching my own commercial.
Otherworld Arsenal, proud sponsor of Action Figure Alliance.
Absolutely. Or the other way
Or the
around.
other way around, yeah.
Either works.
What's up, man?
Oh, dude. The One We Rant. So
Yeah.
I have a feeling that we're gonna be going off. Not necessarily on each other. I mean,
Just
probably
on
not
the
on each
topic,
other, but on the
value.
industry in general and about the
Yeah.
topic. And
A
yeah.
lot of people talk about this topic all the time and have their
Yep.
opinions. We'll talk about our opinions and thoughts and perceived value, because
Yeah.
that's really what value is, the perception of how much something should cost. So
Right. And that's a big thing.
yeah.
It influences our decisions and how we spend our money, how we live our lives, really.
Yeah.
Some of us more so than others. Mine, it's based more on the perceived coolness.
Yeah.
Is it cool? Yes. Then I'm buying it, probably.
Yeah. Do I
Um,
want it? Yes.
yeah. But no, man. I'm looking forward to this one. Should be a good time. We've got some other cool stuff to talk about. I've got
Yeah.
some new hotness. You've got a very large piece of new hotness sitting
I got
right
a
over your shoulder.
lot of new hotness. Which one? Pick a shoulder.
Well, yeah, you got both shoulders, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When, Lord, when's going to be my time? It was this week. It was this week.
Yep.
It's sat on the dining room table in the box. Hasn't made its way out of the toy room yet. I can't let it out of my sight. So I've contemplated doing what you did, was putting it on the dining room table and just sitting it there and see how long it take. It wouldn't take her long. She'd be like, "Get that out of here."
So I made a mistake. I should not have said anything in the Facebook group because I didn't realize that my wife was in there, and I was like, "Oh shit, we've been infiltrated." That was a mistake because she had. All right, so to give some context, I had Shao Kahn from Storm Collectibles sitting on his throne in our kitchen right next to her coffee maker for months, right?
Yeah.
And it was like she just got used to it being there and would kind of overlook it. And that had happened. I guarantee that had happened with the Rattler. But then I go and I make that Facebook post, and she happens to get on Facebook moments later and sees it. And I'm like, oh, son of a.
What did she put in there? She put something in there, like a skull or something.
Yeah, at one point she stuck one of her little it was fitting too, because it was one of the weasel families.
Oh yeah.
I told her that the pilot was Wild Weasel.
Wild Weasel.
Yep. So yeah. But good stuff, Dookie. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Although
it ran over.
Run over. Yeah.
Yeah, she would have run over it, and I'd have been out of freaking Cobra Rattler. It would have been.
Yeah. Who knows when you would get one again?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So, well, yeah, we got a fun one tonight. We hope that you guys watching are going to be interactive and let us know your opinions on the different stuff or the things that we kind of talk about, and your perception of value, what you think is good, what you think is bad. Trey's got some stuff that he's going to kind of talk about technically and definition wise and things like that. And I've got a bunch of different figures that we're going to like kind of talk about, contrast and compare. And I think that should be interesting. And I was really kind of, the more I dug into this, the more I was like, wait a minute, are you serious? Looking at some different things, I was like, you can't, that's not right. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Should be interesting.
Yep. Let's roll.
So with that, why don't we do this thing and dig on in? In a pleasant world where legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise, action figure alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand with the many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes, loaded with might, action figure alliance, unite tonight. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to break with tradition and we're going to go right into.
Okay.
I
Not scared. I got a ton of new hotness. So
know you do. I know you do. So I'm going to have some fun with this one. Hold on a second. My second camera is not up. How is that? How is that a thing? All right. There we go. So we're going to come on over here, and this is going to be funny. I don't know. Or stupid. You guys can groan and be like, dude, you're an idiot. Perfectly fine with that as a response. All right. So, all right. I did a thing. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Hold on. Here we
okay.
go. Oi! What's up,
Oh
you
my
losers?
God.
I got a new hat. Look, I got him a hat. So, all right.
Very fitting.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect for him. And I got to bring in the other dude. I got to bring in this guy, and he goes, "Oi, what's all this then? What are you big gits up to?" And so, and then he's like, "Oi, Billy, get in here!" And then Billy comes in, and he's like, "Hello."
There's a third one?
I got a third one.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
"No, no, 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 no." And the other guy's like, "Billy, get that out of your mouth." I'm like, blah.
Okay. I
So he's
sense
got an
stop
arm.
motion coming soon from Alan
What's
with
that?
voices. I sense stop motion coming soon from Alan with voices.
So this one, he's got a little hat, and he's got his special arm that he came with, and a bunch of like dynamite sticks. And I'm gonna be honest, this is 5K took care of me.
Yeah.
So I ordered the other two. I showed them off last week, and I'm like gesturing with the hand.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna put that back in there for you, crazy Billy. Oh shit! Hold on. There we go. Um, so I ordered the other two that I showed off previously, and I loved them. Right?
Mm,
I was just like, these things are fantastic. They have great detail. You know, the articulation like is pretty legit for a figure that's kind of built like this. I just fell in love with them. And you want to talk about personality? I can hear their voice when I look at them. You know. Anyway, so I reached out and to 5K, there was a set. There was like a bonus pack. If you
mm,
bought all three as a set, you got the bonus pack.
right.
And I reached out and I said, "Hey, look, I already bought the other two. If I buy the third, can I get the bonus pack?" The bonus pack came with like a couple of hats. I don't remember whether it came with this arm or another arm. It came with some random crap, but I really wanted the hats and a couple of the other things that were in it. And if I order the other one, can I get the bonus pack? Sure enough, they were just like, "Yeah, we'll take care of you. Just put your order in and write a note
Yeah.
and let me know when you put the order in." And I did. Poof.
That's
They
cool.
they sent me the bonus pack, and I was just like, couldn't be happier.
Nice. So are you going to get the McFarlane King Shark to go with these guys?
I've actually that's a good
There's
question.
your fourth.
I am not a McFarlane fan.
I'm not either, but I had that figure at one time before I sold all my McFarlanes.
Yeah.
He's a lot chunkier, but he would fit perfect with these.
Yeah, I'm gonna have so many aquatic figures kind of showing
Mm.
up that I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But I don't know, man. You want me to shoot the place up? I don't know. And he's got like passionate or something written on his guns. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. It's weird, but hey, Sean's got the idea there.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say he uses an accent too. Right? They're like British gangsters in shark form. Um I've had a couple of problems with them falling over, but I kind of, if I did a good job of balancing, they seem to be fine. As a matter of fact, like I don't think I'm going to totally jinx myself, but I don't think I've had one fall over in like a week at this point. I mean, they're top heavy. You know, you look at that and you're like, those scrawny little legs and great big tops. They're by the way that their weight is distributed, you're going to have problems. But once you get it, they stay in place pretty well.
Speaking of shelf diving figures, my Savage Crucible have been having some problems.
Really?
I've done the flippy foot thing. Yeah. There's I took them out of the DTOF because they weren't going to fit in the DTOF space, and I put them on a shelf with the Mythics, so they all have their own shelf, and it's pretty cool. But there's been a couple shelf dives because figures falling over and knocked the one in front of it off, and that one
dominoing. Oh, that's
so.
Yeah. I will say that mine are doing fine. I did the flippy foot thing on all of them, but I think Who-Man, I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Who-Man was fine.
Yeah, but they're good to go now. I do think that they need to still work on that, which is surprising. I
mean, the Lemurian feet, they had to change.
Yep.
I think one of the things they need to work on is their feet.
Yeah.
And their ankles mostly. The feet are
weird. You would think after doing that much.
You got freaking big old Arnold figures, and they got these little tiny feet, like even bigger feet.
So I got this. This is from Roman Key. This is like a reissue. This is a fantastic buck. It's a little on the tall side, which can be good or bad. I guess I should open it. Why am I showing off a box on stream like that?
Yeah, man. Get with it.
So this is the buck that I used to make one of my operator figures, where I just put a bunch of soft goods on him, and man, it moves so good, like super smooth, super articulated. You can see he's got like a huge amount of butterfly. The head goes down quite a bit, the head goes up quite a bit. He is flexible, and it's a nice looking buck. So yeah, I got another one of these. They're rather inexpensive. I don't think I paid much for him, but I wanted another one, and there for a while they were going for big stupid money. Right. So I was happy when they did the reissue to pick up another group.
Are you going to customize with it or just keep it as it is?
I would like to customize with it, but it's all shit.
Carpet monster.
I lost that one.
Yeah, carpet monster.
That's what I get for flipping off our audience.
Yeah, you
go. So yeah, I was kind of happy to get that in. I thought that was kind of cool. One of these days I'll get around to customizing all the stuff that I intend to, but have never done. And then I'm going to steal some of your thunder and drive this in.
There you go.
Cool figure, right? You get a look at. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah, I got my porta potty.
That's got a daggone porta john right there.
Yeah. Tactical pooper.
Tactical pooper, yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
I got those today, so I just opened that like 20 minutes ago. I put it together, and I was like,
I've had mine for a couple of days at this point, and it's pretty cool. It's not perfect.
No,
we were kind of talking about off camera how like it doesn't come with a single weapon that fits in that weapons rack, really.
I got
right?
Plenty of weapons, but do I really want more
stuff?
But do I really want more Hasbro weapons?
Why do they have these pegs on the bottom that just like lifts it up further off the ground?
I spent a few minutes trying to figure out, what's the top of this thing? What's the bottom of this thing?
Yeah.
And I can't wait to like click the 4 I have together and make a little station. And
it's very cool that you can do all the modular stuff. Like, I think that's really awesome. They did a good job with that, but I don't know. It is what it is, I wonder, how long-term, people will think about this in terms of value.
Troy has a question for you. How easily could you print something similar?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not going to answer that.
I think you could do something very similar to that. And you made some walls. And
I have, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yep.
No comment.
No comment.
Hmm.
So yeah,
No comment.
it's pretty cool. I got 2 of them. How many did you get? Like 5?
No, I got 3, and you got me 1.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's it. I got 4.
Yeah.
I kept it even.
So I will say that I could not get
What up, Bobby?
um, the butterfly joints on the Viper here to move at all. Like he is, I didn't heat him up, and so I didn't mess with it. But I put some effort in there, and it didn't budge at all, which I was kind of surprised. Because getting him in this position to hold that gun, they would have been a little bit useful, but like
You're
they
right,
are
dude.
not freaking moving.
That butterfly joint doesn't want to. Also, on the shield, the other ones rotate, and this
Yep.
one does not rotate.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, this does not spin around.
What pisses me off is that the loops on here,
Yeah.
the loop that should be in the front, they want you to put it on this arm, but this arm has a knife on it. So the loop in the front's bigger than the loop in the back, and it needs to be
Yep.
vice versa. So you used to be able to spin it around, it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, he should be holding it on his left arm and have his gun on the right.
Yeah.
You know,
What gun?
pointed through
He got a pistol. That was it.
one of these little slots here. Yeah.
I mean, he got the 50 for the base, so beggars can't be choosers. I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. It's not as cool as Crazy Billy.
Is that his actual name, or is it?
Yes, I think
Okay.
his actual name is Crazy Boy Billy. That's this one. I think one of the other ones is Arthur, and I forget the third one. But yeah, they're wild. I
I'm
just
going to
love
move
them.
my camera because he said Gridiron Studios had it first.
Oh yeah,
If I move my head, you see it. Gridiron Studios is back
they
there.
did that a lot, like a long time ago.
They did that a long time.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show off. It did come with the sandbags, which are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're forgettable. They need a wash.
I did forget about them, literally.
Yeah, they need a wash. They need I keep messing with my camera. I should have done that. They need a wash.
Focus?
They're just kind of plain. Yeah, focus. It's just they're hollow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put a wash on these.
Yeah, that'll be easy to do, dude. So that's all my my hotness. I didn't have much this week, but we got plenty else to talk about here. And I know you got a load of some hotness.
I got a BBTS pile of loot and a bunch of other stuff that came in. So yeah, I'm sitting on some figures, some new stuff.
We're not going to spend the next hour talking about
no.
We got good topics to go over. I wanted to just show off Billy real quick, but let's show you got some cool stuff, and we're actually going to talk about that as we move on, right?
Those two things are going to wait to the big things are going to wait to the end. So
okay.
we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do my sharing screen.
Are you ready?
Yeah. So we'll start. No, not sharing.
Not sharing? Desk screen.
Not desk screen. Spotlight, Drake. Spotlight.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Professionals.
Yeah. I got Vega.
Okay. That's the Jada.
Yep.
Jada
was Vega. It was a cool character to play with in Street Fighter. I was pretty happy with this character.
Yeah.
So it was cool to have him. Now you can't really see it, but all the Jada toys got put in a DTOF when I took out the Savage Crucible. So this display is gonna just get upgraded. It looks really cool. I like the soft goods. The wired little sash he has.
Yeah.
Very French. What else? I got this guy. The Bears. I got Storm, I got him.
You know what I did not get for new hotness this week? Crystal Ball.
I got Crystal Ball.
Freaking Walmart canceled my order, man.
I got to show you. All right, now we got to go to my sharing screen real quick. I got to show something off. Let's go to the right thing here. Let's do and share. This is why. This is why I have Crystal Ball. Our friend Evil Dookie is the man. He found one at a Walmart, met up with me, came to the house. I got to show him the collection, hung out for a little bit. So awesome. Thank you, Dookie, for hooking the brother up. I really appreciate it.
So this picture, for a moment, I thought you were holding the figure up like this.
I was holding the figure up.
And I'm like, what's all that crap around it? What's in your garage, man?
Nah, it's just.
And then I realized, no, later on, you took that picture.
It's two pictures.
The way you put it makes it look like it could have been one. Good work.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Dookie's got a cool shirt there too. But
yeah,
it was cool to hang out with him and show him the toy room and see his
so
face.
Dookie, where do I need to go to get that? Do they have that in store at Walmart or something?
I got people looking for you, man. Don't worry.
All right.
Tell them what happened to yours.
Walmart just freaking canceled mine. Bunch of.
That sucks, man.
Dude, that's why we don't like store exclusives. It makes no sense to me why Walmart and Target, huge, big billion-dollar companies cancel stuff like that. Like, what the hell?
I was like, where the hell did I put Crystal Ball?
Dookie's on the hunt. I appreciate that, man.
His horn fell off.
I thought I was good. I thought I was handled. I got my pre-order in real early, but no.
Why did his horn fall off? That's the first time that's happened. But dude, look at how cool that figure is.
Yeah, and I like the lore that they came up with where that's like some technology, and that's what was it the Night Vipers? Is that what they call it?
He's gonna like control the Night Vipers, and they turn into the Cobras, cool. And that's really cool. It's G.I. Joe is supposed to have a little weirdness to it, a little sci-fi, a little mystic in it with the Cobra Law stuff. People hate Cobra Law. I love it.
Yep.
What else next? Oh, I got this guy.
Okay.
Not quite skeleton, but I like the 6-arm thing.
Yeah, that's a He-Man homage figure.
Right. For I can't remember the name of the He-Man figure it's homaging.
I can't either, to be honest with you, but I actually had that and sold it, and now you've got one too.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool.
Where'd you get it?
I got a BBTS.
Oh, okay.
$37. Not too bad.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So
must have been on sale.
Yeah, I picked up one of those.
Web store, Jay says. All right. Figure Fight Club's going to bring you some Legions at the swap. Says he wants to come.
Yeah. We're probably going to trade some Star Wars.
All right.
I'm taking lots of Black Series to the swap this weekend. So the swap's in Greensboro. We hadn't talked about that. NC Underground Toy Swap at Dragon's Horde, 10 to 3 on Saturday. And there's going to be 25 people set up. We're treated it like a toy show, so it was kind of $20 to set up, and it's only a certain amount of people can set up, which is rare for us, but we do because it's indoor, it's air conditioned, and it's going to be nice. So we're not going to sweat our asses off.
Yeah. Hey, before I forget, I want to mention that some of the first customers of Otherworld Arsenals did not get an actual Otherworld Arsenal sticker. If you want said sticker, I'm going to bring this up on screen real quick. If you want a sticker, I am happily going to be sending out, already planning on sending out some stickers to a few people that I know that didn't get one. They were super early. If you want one, even if you didn't order one of my command consoles, go ahead and go to otherworldarsenal.com, go to the contact page, which is this link here right up at the top, and drop me an email saying, hey, I'd like a sticker. Shoot your address in there. I'm not going to make this offer open, too often, but I'm definitely, going to try to treat our fans and my customers as well as I can. So if you want a cool sticker, throw it in there. I'm going to wait until I get like a little bit of some messages come in saying for some people that want them, and then I'm going to send them out. So
Nice.
just making that offer out there. That's all. Just wanted to get that out before I forget, because I will forget.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Are we going back to your webcam or your spotlight?
Yeah, spotlight.
All right.
Because I didn't have as much as I thought I did, but I had a pretty good bit. There's some things that I did get that's not ready to be shown off yet,
Okay.
and yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool when it's ready to show off. So, got this girl finally.
Yeah.
She looks good. Cake.
I think Troy wants some stickers. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I know you hooked me up one next time I see you. And then this freaking beautiful beast of a thing. Oh my god, dude!
So you went with it launching a missile.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I had the brrr going on, but I knocked it out into the floor, and I like the attack mode. But I just think this thing's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing nothing else I can say about that. Is I want to put some stickers on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was like, I'm gonna leave it kind of original for maybe a week or two, and then I'm gonna probably throw some stickers on it like I did my Dragonfly.
Okay.
I'm wary about one thing. The single point where the VTOL goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping there's no future lag or droop or anything.
Stag. Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen. But other than that, I think it's just pretty strong item.
Cool.
So I'm happy with it.
Well, I'm sure we will talk about some patches.
We don't need no thinking patches, man. Yeah. And then there's this beautiful.
I thought you were going to save that.
Save it to when? We're going to talk about it, but I got to show it off. It's my new hotness.
Man, that is a beast.
It is a beast. Here, I'm going to try to. I got it loaded down with figures.
All right.
I like this. Wait. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Are there things I don't like about it? Yes. Are there things that I am probably going to spend another $150 to get this right? Oh, shelf top. Web store week 4. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it here in a minute.
All right. Do you want to? Are you done with your new hotness?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's do this. Do I have one for yes. We're going to call this segment
Toy news.
Yeah, I don't, because it's news about value? Maybe.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Dang it, Bobby.
Seems like it's semi-appropriate. So
dang it, Bobby. Yeah, it's a good thing. I like it.
The One Where We Rant. I think it's let's engage the rant. Oh, and you know what else I'm going to do? We've got some new music. So there are 2 caveats here. Number 1, if you guys think it's too loud, let us know. Number 2, if Trey can't talk anymore,
yeah, if I get distracted and I go all Patrick Star, like, because I can't think, because all I hear is the kabooch, 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 kabooch. Yeah. So
brain fart.
Yeah. If I go all Patrick Star, then we have to turn it off.
Let us know if it's too loud. Let us know if it's distracting. I kind of dig it, but it's still a bit of a work in progress, and we want to see what you guys think. So
shot down the options I had.
Yeah, your options were bad, bro. those were bad.
They were meant to be really low. Like this one is supposed to be really low
too.
Really low.
But yet it's groovy.
Okay.
Got that guitar? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about value. I don't value the music.
What are we doing? I wasn't expecting to be the one distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Now.
Shit. All right, we're talking about value, right? Okay. Well, I want to. Do you want to pull up your slide? I know you said you had a slide for this.
Yeah. I have a slide for this. So let's go to tray sharing. All right, so
you already showed that one.
That's me and Dookie. Yeah. All right, so here's Magna Figure Photos. Winford, he posted this in the Facebook group. We got a nice deal on a Stinger. I just wanted to show it off. Thought it was cool. He posted it in the group. We're going to show it off. There it is.
Getting it, is that retail or is that below retail?
Below retail.
Yeah, I mean that's really good value there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So, key factors influencing value. There's 5.
Professor Trey at the helm.
Key factors influencing value: rarity and condition. A lot of people think, "Oh, this is super rare. It's expensive."
Okay.
Not all the time. I mean, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
If it's 90s comic books, no, it's not really. There's a select few, but very few. So yeah,
your Superman Dies issue that's still in the baggie.
It's not going to make you money.
Not rare.
Yeah. There's just other things too. I mean, condition, packaging. People think they command higher prices. Like, the value of something is all in what somebody's willing to pay for it, and that's based on perception. We'll get to that a little bit later. Popularity and cultural significance. Like, and here they're saying franchises like Star Wars and Marvel. There's tons of Star Wars. There's tons of Marvel. But,
they're popular. They are
take
popular.
Take vintage Star Wars from the 70s, and you got some value there.
Okay.
Harder to come by, harder to get. You see them at shows a lot. I know some people that are putting together an entire set. There was, our buddy Jamie was down to one figure. He needed one figure, and somebody gifted it to him this year. Happiest man in the world. He's, they knew he was looking for it. They hooked him up. So, I don't necessarily think that popularity is that big of influence on me. I like what I like, and that's it. But
okay. So talking about that popularity, okay. There can be rare stuff. See, I got you grooving, man. And you were doing good. You talked all through that. It was good.
I did, Patrick Starr.
Okay, so popularity does influence value. And I don't mean necessarily like production number popularity, but popularity of a figure. Because you can look at vintage figures. For example, I think I was watching something where they were talking about Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Okay.
Right.
Cool cartoon, came on the tail end of kind of that golden age of cartoons and toys.
Right.
It's rare, but the fact that it's not popular means it's not very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where popularity influences value.
Right.
Right. So something that's popular, even if there's more produced of something, even if it's, if it's more popular, it's still going to have more value because of the fact that more people want it. And so there's kind of like, there's got to be some weird bell curve on
what's up, JLS Comics
versus rarity versus popularity. But anyway.
So, we got JLS Comics in here. I'll just tell him I watched a ton of your videos yesterday. I love watching your Joe videos about different characters. They're awesome. But let's take G.I. Joe Comics, the IDW series. It was I want to say it was a low print run, but there wasn't a whole lot of people requesting it when it was coming out. But then Energon Universe hit, and now everybody wants IDW 155 through 300, and the prices went.
Now, why do they want those issues?
I mean, they just wanted to catch up to the 300 where Hama gets back to it. I mean, Hama was there to begin with, but they, Energon Universe kind of brought back some of the G.I. Joe readers, and I'll say that I wasn't reading IDW G.I. Joe at the time. I'm guilty, but man, it's really hard to complete that run. Really hard. Like books are like $20 a pop. Or up.
What's that next slide you got going on?
All right, next slide. Me ranting.
Sorry to go there, and I interrupted you. I feel bad.
Demand and collectability. So
there you go. Your supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Yep.
So, yeah, demand from collectors. If something all of a sudden everybody wants it, it's going to be hard to get. The price is going to go up. Fueled by nostalgia and fandom. That seems to be a big thing too. Like G.I. Joe vintage stuff. A lot of nostalgia there. A lot of fandom there. Those figures are mad expensive. Trust me, I know. I've been buying them for the past year and a half. It's a year and a half or 2 years. Maybe it's 2. Last time we went to the swap at Dragon's Horde is when I started collecting. And I have to go back and look when that was. But I went hard in the paint on G.I. Joe vintage. But, yeah. Demand and collectability. It's a big deal.
Yep.
Investment potential. I don't know too many people that collect for investment. Some do. I collect because I want it in my collection, and I want it here. I mean, something I had as a kid. There's very few things, if any, that I collect for investment potential.
Yeah,
it's maybe I sell it later on, and it makes me a profit, but I don't care. I have it here. I enjoy it. That's why I have it. But there are some people that collect for investment, but that's up to them. I'm not gonna give them a hard time for doing it, right?
Right.
Collect how you want to collect, and if anybody else has to say anything to say about it, then to heck with them. And I've said that before. You want to talk on these two or no?
Yeah, I mean, okay. One of the reasons early on when I was collecting Hot Toys figures, one of the reasons I didn't feel bad about dropping hundreds of dollars on an individual figure is the fact that they retain value and they can be fairly liquid. Now, moving on to my 1/12 scale collection and other scales that I collect, there's still value there in those figures, but they might not be as easy to sell as a very recognizable Iron Man hot toy figure, right?
Right.
Versus fucking Billy over here, right? Now, if everybody kind of catches on and decides that they like the sharks and whatever, but I guarantee there weren't enough of those made to support a big surge in popularity of them.
Right.
And that would mean that the price would go up and get to the point where it was unsustainable, and then the market would dry up, people would lose interest and absolutely forget about them.
Right.
So, that's definitely a bit of a different scenario in comparison to, my Hot Toys figures, which are all based on highly popular and well-established IPs that are not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Even Hellboy, Hellboy is he's out there now, right? There are multiple movies, there's multiple properties that he's been in, cartoons, comic books, action figures. Even Hellboy is going to retain value. So it's kind of a push and pull there. So I guess, circling back around, I did used to tell myself, yeah, I'm cool with, spending how many hundreds of dollars on a hot toy figure, because of the fact that, should push come to shove, I can throw that up on eBay and, depending upon the figure, hopefully get a majority of my money back.
Right.
So this is for a long time. It was, you would expect to make money.
Right.
But now that those tables have turned a little bit, Hot Toys reissues figures on the regular. They've got how many 2.0 and 3.0 figures that they've come out with.
Right.
They change figures up, and then it's still like the same Iron Man suit, but it's a different version. Like they've got like new articulation and die cast, and so they don't even call it a version 2, but yet it's like a version 3.
You're right.
So that's a thing, but
I think this is the place to enter Mezco.
Yeah,
because Mezco is a big deal with that. I mean, but I think they create a lot of that demand with FOMO,
scarcity.
Scarcity.
Yeah,
FOMO and scarcity. They create a lot of that, and I mean, if anybody just come in behind anything and said, "Hey, I want to get a Mezco figure," and it's been out for a while, you paid up for it.
Yeah,
and very rare that's not the case.
A big portion of that was driven by COVID.
True.
People got bored and started looking on eBay and found things to spend money on that was cool, that could show up at their door.
Couldn't go to the movies. You couldn't go out to do whatever you wanted to do. You just buy something there.
So yeah, Dookie, I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with classified series, in a long time. I think, personally, I think it's a very good line. I mean, there's some pretty, for a domestic manufacturer, I think it is a pretty high quality line with good figures and good designs. But I also know that it's very popular, and that could mean that, there could be a glut. And so that might mean that there's no value in it. Or it could be that, some people come late to the game, or they want to have some, nostalgia for the figures that their dad played with and showed them. At that same time, 20 years from now, those kids are going to be of an age where they could go and buy them,
Right.
But who knows?
Nobody thought that vintage G.I. Joe was going to do what it did. For me, if I was going to do anything for investment, it would be complete in-box vintage G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And I don't see that coming for classified. I have my problems with classified, even though I collect it. The weapons are trash. They're floppy. They're bad. We can rant and bash on Hasbro all the time like everybody else does. But, I mean, overall, it's a good line. I mean, let's see. That thing? That's freaking cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you said, we didn't get weapons for this weapons rack, I got enough Valiverse weapons that I can put in there to make it look good. So,
yeah. What you got up next?
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it there, Mr. Needless Things.
Yep.
Next. Or is it Mr. Things?
Emotional
They call me Mr. Things. Sorry.
Emotional connection. Which we can relate to. Everybody has that nostalgia, that emotional connection. I mean, I've watched you buy a figure because you're like, man, I had this as a kid, and you watched me do the same thing.
Yep.
You're like, I had this as a kid, I gotta have it. It happens. You're at a con, you're like, man, that's cool. I gotta have that. I had that as a kid. And I have
something interesting there in a different vein, but still similar is I have picked stuff up at a convention because of wanting to retain that emotional connection to that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Picking something up like a convention exclusive, which I like to do. Sometimes I just leave them in the box if they're not, collector friendly boxes. And I keep that. And I know that, I retain that emotional connection from that event, that point in my time. But it doesn't. So I guess what I'm getting at is the sentimental value doesn't necessarily have to be for, times long past, those days of old where, you have those fond memories. It can also be something that, you want to keep because of the current thing that you're in,
Yeah. So we were at Joe Fest and CAS was there, and I won a figure from Collegiate Legends. And they said, this is the first one that anybody has of this figure. It was part of they were showing them off at the con. I won it. They're like, this is the first one. You get to pick whichever one. I was the first one to pick. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I got the first one off the line. Well, Rob Post was there. I was like, Rob, sign this for me. So Rob signed it. And I said, they said this is the first one off the line. He marked it first off the line. And I was like, I walked by CAS and I was like, this is a cool way to show, I did something at this. I've never graded anything ever before. And I was like, I'm gonna get this graded, just because I was talking to the guy and I was like, I think it's cool. It hadn't come in yet, still waiting on it, but it's coming. It'll get here eventually. But it was, something
it's
going
an
to
emotional
collection.
connection to a figure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a big emotional connection to it, but it's something cool to happen. I want it.
Yeah.
And I always look at that and be like, oh yeah, I won that at Joe Fest 2025.
Yep.
And I got it signed and I sent it for graded, and it's the first. It's not going to have a whole lot of value to it. It's not. But
it has value to you, I guess.
It's cool. It's something. Yeah, it's something I got. Like,
it's a cool story. It was a cool moment in your life, and so therefore, that figure is going to have more value to you than somebody else, for example.
I'll remember that, but like I remember my first graded comic, and I think I only have like two. And one I bought, and this one I got the first appearance of Boba Fett, and I sent it out to get graded. I had it cleaned and everything, and it came back a 5.0, and I was happy. I mean, it's the first appearance. I have it. It's cool. So
cool.
Okay. Next is perceived value. This is one of the big things I want to talk about. Everybody talks about value. There is a perception of a value, how somebody sees or believes a product or service to be, and it's all based on your upbringing, your beliefs, whatever. I mean, I have more perceived value in military figures than you do. Same as you have more perceived value in robot figures than I do. And when everybody talks bad about a toy line, that's their opinion. And I'll listen to your opinion, but don't speak for the community. Don't speak for everybody else, because some people may have more value in that figure than you do.
Yep. So. I'm getting ready to speak for the community.
Okay. Speak away.
Not really. I'm definitely just speaking for myself, but it's a thing that I think people might kind of pick up on. But really, what I'm going to try to do. Do you have any more slides you want to go over before I do some sharing?
No, but I want to speak to this comment real quick, because he's talking about having stuff signed by Ron Rudat. Yeah, buddy. I had that signed at Joe Fest by Ron Rudat. I met the man himself. He signed his card and the Cobra logo. I mean, the most iconic thing he's designed, in my opinion, is the Cobra logo. And yeah, it's up here right beside the screen. And yeah, I'll always remember that. I met him and Larry Hama. I had him sign stuff, so that was fun.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I'm going to go ahead and share this out. Okay, so this is a Hot Toy Superman figure from the new movie.
Looks good.
It looks really good, right? It's got soft goods. Hot Toys has generally pretty good articulation. It can be kind of hindered, but I mean, it looks fantastic, right? Mm-hmm. It comes with a cool base. He's got the dog. Flight stand. I'm not so sure about this portrait, this head sculpt. It definitely looks a little bit like Shooter McGavin.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
But it's still a really nice figure. Okay, so putting that, to the side.
Put that in your brain for a second.
This is $285. Okay. That's not a bad price for a Hot Toy figure. And right. You're getting a nice base, which not all Hot Toy figures come with. And you're getting an extra little, kind of accessory with him, with the dog, right? Pretty cool. Not the best value comparing it directly to some other Hot Toys figures, mm-hmm. but still, it's a beautiful 1/6 scale figure. All right. So let me go, and this is going to be a little bit of popping back and forth. Let's go take a look at this figure. So this is InArt. This is their Superman figure. Okay. I think the head portrait here is nicer.
Right.
There, that worked pretty well. However, it's a little bit more expensive. This is $308, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not hugely more expensive, but again, a gorgeous 1/6 scale figure. I love that he comes with the closed eyes. You can get some really moody looks out of him. I think that's really cool. I think this one is gorgeous too. If I were to choose between the two of them, I would probably go with this one. He comes with a flight stand. It's not as ornate as the Hot Toys one, but
you get crypto too, so yeah.
Yeah, very comparable figures. Both in price and in look and feel. These are both probably going to be fairly similar figures. They are definitely competing against each other. Right. I think this one's the winner from the head sculpt.
You see the value in both of these figures.
I definitely do.
I know what's coming next.
Yeah, you should. I showed you this earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, we've got this. This shocked me when I saw this. This is a 1/6 scale. Does that get bigger? Hey, that does get bigger.
Enhance.
This is a 1/6 scale resin statue from McFarlane. Okay. I'm sorry, but this does not hold a candle. I haven't even told you guys the price, but you can see where I'm going with this. Detail, paint, sculpting, this does not hold a candle to either of the other figures that I've shown, right?
No articulation.
No, yeah, this is a statue. Zero articulation, right? The cape might bend, I guess, but I don't count that as articulation, right? But this just does not hold a candle to either of those other two figures, and it's $300. Same size, same scale, same character. 3 different versions. However, one of them is not apples to apples, but yet the price is an apples to apples comparison. This is basically the exact same price as the InArt figure, and the Hot Toy figure is cheaper. What the hell? Well, I don't understand the logic behind this one. I mean, this looks like they took their 1/12 or 1/10 scale articulated action figure,
took a picture of it
and made it out of resin and put $300 on it.
Right.
So
sometimes you gotta think, do some of these toy manufacturers, are they putting people into certain positions that don't really know what collectors want?
Well, I mean, hey, we're here, we're telling them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
I know they watch. Yeah, Todd is in chat, right?
No, not
Todd,
here.
what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
that is a good question, dude. Because I mean, these things really kind of make me question who was doing this, who was coming up with that. What are you thinking about?
That'll be in a discount clearance some town down the road on BBTS, but
yeah,
I wouldn't do it. But
if it had looked even remotely comparable in paint and sculpt, if like they nailed that portrait, okay, maybe, right. But even still, right? So
I saw somebody post a picture this week of statues in a glass cabinet with the shelves all crashed in, and I was like,
oh god,
poor them.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, this is a Bandai. This is what, Ryu? Yeah. From Street Fighter. This is a fun one because there are multiple companies doing not necessarily the exact same figure, but very, very similar, right? So I'm not saying that this is a bad figure. It looks like it's got some nice paint. There's kind of like, some gradation, like where there's, some wear and some dirt. There's some shading.
Is the gi top soft goods or no? Is it plastic molded?
I believe this is all plastic.
Okay.
Soft plastic, but I'm pretty sure that this is plastic. So there's plenty of articulation here. Maybe not a ton of accessories. You know, it looked like he came with, you know, his little ball, but they're actually not showing like the shot showing all the accessories. He's actually a little bit on the small side. Oh, it looks like he's got some optional expressions and some different hands. So, fine.
Jada comes with that too for half that price.
So this is $80 new. They've got it on sale to give you an idea. On sale, this is $64.
That's Bandai.
That's kind of high when you go and you look at where is it? I'm going to show this one off. So this is Storm Arena. I don't own one of these. I don't have them in hand, but I've watched a couple of comparison-based reviews that say that these figures are better than Jada.
Abby, where you at? You still here? He's got
Abby have them both?
He probably has. He probably does. He loves some. He's Figure Fight Club for a reason. He likes fighting figures. So
this looks like a very comparable figure, and from my personal taste, I like the way the joints are done in this better than like the overhang knee and the overhang elbow or the big ball joints.
Right.
Personally, I like this better than what Bandai was doing. But this is comes with a stand. I think, does he come with the, yeah.
In my head, I hear the movements.
What's that?
Hadouken!
Yeah, Hadouken! So he's
whatever he says when he does
he's got a stand for that. It looks like he's got a stand for himself, which the Bandai didn't come with. And he's $27. That's like less than half the price of the sale price of the SH Figuarts.
Right.
To me, you know, if we're talking about value here, well, dang. I mean, this has more value than the SH Figuarts. There are some differences, and I'm not saying that they're not. But I mean, I find this one to be very comparable. You have some nice shading on the pants. It looked like the SH Figuarts had some white lettering on the gloves, which is different. But the SH Figuarts didn't give you the flight stand. Right. So it's just an interesting comparison. You know, we are getting into this point now where companies are directly competing against each other. You brought up Jada. They have a Street Fighter line, and Storm Collectibles just came out swinging. They're like, you know what? We're going to do the right scale. We're going to do a competitive price point, and we're going to make it as good as we possibly can. I'm pretty impressed.
There's a Street Fighter movie. I used to watch it on YouTube, and it's amazing. It's like Ryu and Ken go out and they fight other people. It's cool. If I could find it, I'll post it in the Facebook group because it's awesome.
Okay, got a few more.
Okay,
we talked about this earlier. Mezco. So Mezco is interesting. So when you were showing your bullet points, and you talked about character popularity, this is an original character.
Yeah.
This is Atticus Doom. Can he get bigger? He can. Some sites you never know. This is a fantastic figure. He has tons of personality. You can get, one of my favorite things is getting multiple looks out. So you've got this look with the weird Cthulhu head. You've got, the skull head with the turban. You can take the turban off. You've got different spell effects. You can take the coat off. Tons of, there you go. Without the coat, you've got different crazy effect pieces and stuff.
Shooting his claw. That's fun.
He's got a tentacle. He's got, flames that you can put in his eyes. There's some more stuff too.
But the sad thing is like if you don't jump on these when they first come out, you're paying massive amount of money to get them on eBay or third party or on a website. Like, this is cool, and I don't really have any connection to this character, but it's like Dot Nocturnal, you put this guy beside of it, then it's a skull based thing. Maybe I would. I consider getting this, but then the Cthulhu head's cool.
Oh
but
yeah.
I've never really looked at this figure, so I mean,
so I have this figure and I love this figure. And the one thing that I wanted to show off here, I think it was cool that you pointed out that a character's popularity, can influence value. This character had no popularity. This is an original creation, but yet people jumped on it and fell in love with it immediately. And let's just look at all the accessories he comes with. So
right.
we already talked about the different heads. You can take the turban off and you can see his little creepy eye in there that I think you can even take that thing out. You've got a bunch of different hands, including like a lobster hand. You've got the very nice Mezco base. Page 2. You've got some alternate like arms that you can put on him. A removable scarf with opposing wire that you can have in all crazy sorts of looks.
How cool would that shield be with Crystal Ball?
Oh yeah,
that would be cool.
You've got some more spell effects. You've got a book that actually opens and he can hold it and there's actual writing inside it, which is super cool. You got your staff. You've got your additional stand for some of the effects,
accessories.
And so these two are made to clip on his arm and have things floating out in front of him, which is really cool. And it comes with a comic book, and it's a big comic book, and it's actually really cool. So that is all that he comes with, which is an absolute ton. And you can tell that they put love into this figure, and it was $95.
And I did just go on that. Salty. $289.
Oh, is it going for about $300 now?
The first one I ran across. I have to find one that's and filter it and see what it is. But man, how long ago did this come out?
This was a while ago.
250, 225. Are there multiple versions of this character?
Yes, there is. Okay. They did come out with a second version that was
a green boxed one. There's this one is a black box with a gold label on the front. Is that what this one is or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the black box one.
Okay, $250 was the last sale.
Yeah. So obviously, people find that this has more value than its retail amount.
$200, $180. So I mean, hey, you can buy some of the accessories. I might just do that because I like that. I like that book, and I like the shield effect for Crystal Ball.
I will tell you that the book is cool because it actually. Let me get over here.
The book went for $40 itself. Like
this little bit right here is made to hold the book on the end of one of these little arm stands, so it floats out in front of him.
That's cool.
Which is really neat. Yeah. So, I think Mezco's prices have gone up, and I don't mean on the aftermarket. I mean, just even regular Society figures are now running about $115. But man, this was, I think, for me, this was prime Mezco. They've been a little bit off the mark, at least for my collecting habits. And I also think that their perceived value has decreased. I feel like some of their newer figures haven't come with as much cool stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was a cool example.
I'll say for me, I love Mezco because I feel like I take the best pictures with a Mezco figure. More detail, those guys, God, I didn't know about those. I bought them from Avi.
Yeah. And
I freaking love those figures, dude.
Yeah.
They have their own display in the DTOF. Like, the band, and I made custom character of myself to go with those guys.
So this is another interesting value proposition here. This was $285 for 3 Mezco figures. They're almost identical. Probably all are identical bucks, but they have different head sculpts. They have some different outfits that you can swap them out for. Yeah. But it also comes with a little freaking record with some original songs on it, which is pretty wild. you can actually find, I think that there is a video on YouTube for the Gimme No LP, which is funny. The box set that it comes in turns into this stage, which that's how I have mine displayed.
Yeah.
You've got a ton of different heads, all these instruments, which is really funny. People might not notice right off the bat. This is the devil horns for the guitar, which I think is pretty. Oh, and you've got brass knuckles around the mic.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, this set comes with. I mean, look at all those freaking hands.
Yeah.
Extra outfits, sticker sets.
Yeah.
It's a wild set. I think that this is
tons of value in that
value
one.
For me.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. You know, the play value. I do enjoy, you know, kind of posing figures, swapping out looks, and doing things like that. I need to do more photographs, but I don't have a ton of time for it. But man, I think this is a great set. And it's interesting because of just, you know, people have this feeling, oh, Mezcos are expensive. Man, I mean, look at all the crap you get with them.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff is fun and usable, you know. I think they just made the most of this set. And I thought it was an interesting, you know, thing to talk about.
What's up, Travis? Thanks for the comment, man. I mean, he says, I feel way less non-RS Mezco stuff comes out these days, and my wallet is happy for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could agree with that. You know, he says,
absolutely understand that.
He says, I got Nightwing version 1 on the way. And, you know, some people have that red version 2 in hand already. I'm waiting for this Nightwing, the blue one, to come out. Like, come on, I'm ready. You know, where's it at? The second version's already out, and people have it in hand. I don't have this one yet. Yeah, I'm upset about that, but yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So I want to talk about another perspective of value. So this is the Mafex Berserker figure. I don't buy a lot of Mafex figures because honestly, there's a lot of overlap with like third-party companies that do soft goods and, you know, similar designs and many of the same characters. And so I've kind of shied away from that.
Have you read this comic at all?
What's that?
Have you read this comic?
Yes.
Yeah, I read the first probably 10 issues. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't finished it, but it is on my shelf.
It's gonna grab a lot of popularity when the movie comes out.
Yeah,
movie with Keanu Reeves and this guy, it's gonna blow up.
So I think this is a cool figure, and I actually want to buy this figure, right? However, there is a value issue with this figure. So he doesn't come with a ton of stuff. He comes with a couple of guns, some blast effects, a grenade, and a bunch of extra weapons. So that's all good. However, that's it. And $135. That's ouchie for, you know, a plastic figure for me. However, let's show this one. This is Ami Ami. So this is a Japanese company. I believe when you order from here, you're ordering directly out of Japan. $85. That is $50 cheaper.
Or 12,500 yen.
Yeah, 12,540 yen. $85.
What's shipping on that thing though?
It's going to be more than BBTS's $4,
right.
But it's not going to be $50.
True.
It's probably going to be 15, 20.
15, 20, yeah.
You know, yeah. But you're saving $30 freaking dollars, you know?
Yeah.
That's an extra G.I. Joe classified figure.
True. Very true.
So I think, you know, value is also in, you know, where you're purchasing your figures from.
Right.
You can gain value on a figure by shopping around a little bit, or, you know, honestly, I remember the first time I came across this website or even heard of it was at like one of our hangouts. Mm-hmm. I forget, it was somebody hosting something and we were hanging out and somebody mentioned it. And I was like, I've seen that site before. But is it trustable? Is it reliable? And the guy was like, oh, hell yeah, I get tons of imports from there.
Nice.
And, so sometimes just getting that word of mouth reassurance that this is a good site to go to, poof, this figure has more value to me now because I don't have to pay as much for it.
You talk about Bombusby and these other sites and stuff, and I was like, I would have never gave them a chance until you were like, yeah, they're reliable. You can order from them and not feel like you're going to get ripped off. So
yep. So on that, I do want to talk about that because I feel like Bombusby is starting to kind of come up a little bit more. I've definitely shifted a lot of my shopping over to them, and they did me they did me good again today. I reached out to them. There was a figure that came out that I put on pre-order just a week or so ago, and I was looking forward to it, thought it was cool. Well, they released another version of the same figure with a different paint job. And I was like, oh, you know what? I actually think that's cooler than the one that I've got on pre-order. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, look, I put my money down on this one, but I'd rather the other one. Is there any way you guys can work with me on that? Dude, they didn't give me any pushback at all. They just swapped the two out on my order. Like they were just like, oh, we're going to take the one that you don't want off and put in the other one without any fuss, no muss. They did it all for me.
That's good customer service right there, man. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That was good of them,
JT Yoda, sometimes I feel like it's safer bet to buy from major U.S. and Japanese imports. Is sometimes after shipping, the difference in price might be about $10 or $15. I feel like it's worth it in that case. That's your perceived value, man.
Yeah. And dude, that is completely valid point.
Yeah.
I absolutely see that. I think, we've talked about that before where it's kind of like, oh, BBTS is only $5 more. I'll go ahead and get it from there. Or BBTS is $10 more, but fine. But when you get into like the $50, $80 that I've seen them before, the thing is, the other thing to consider is that BBTS does their own shipments from China and Japan.
Yeah.
And frequently they will be the last ones to get it to you.
Right.
Which is kind of fine in some scenarios, but kind of not fine depending upon, if you get that Jones when everybody else gets theirs in and like, you're like, where's mine? Lord, when's my time?
Yeah, exactly. But this guy, like, I'm so glad that Dookie was reached out, was like, hey, do you need his figure? And I was like, hell yeah, because I canceled my pre-order because I knew something like that with Walmart is going to happen. And it happened to you and it happened to several other people. It sucks. But
all right. Let's talk about McFarlane. So I think a lot of people have very black and white opinions on McFarlane. I'm probably in that camp myself, and that did not really get any bigger. Sorry about that. Let's try and find a better picture here. So McFarlane, I don't know how long he's been doing his Elite Edition stuff, but it has only recently come on my radar. I feel like this is, at least timing-wise for me, was an exact, correspondence with Marvel doing Hasbro doing their Maximum series, right? And to me, nothing about this looks elite. And what sucks is that I like this character. Yeah. I want a good version of this character as an action figure.
But what I think about McFarlane is...
You were just looking for a reason to use that sound.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, he's got gigantic pins in his legs. He's got single joints. I guarantee you're not getting much mobility out of these shoulders.
Here's the thing. In this pose, it looks cool. Yeah. But when you get it in hand and you try to do something else with it, you're like, eh.
Yeah. He comes with 2 guns, an extra pair of hands, a shield. I don't know, dude. Like, that's not a bad loadout, I guess. But I know for a fact that Doom Guy, and whatever the game is, goes through a bajillion different guns, right? $72. I'm sorry, but that is a bad value.
That's crazy.
I like the figure. I like the character. I want this character represented on my shelf. but McFarlane is not getting my money on this one. And you know it's going to have like gummy plastic. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool, and I'm sure people love it, but yeah, I can't make that one work in my head. You know?
Yeah, I was into McFarlane at first, and I was okay with it, and I grew out of it. I realized I didn't like the articulation. I liked the characters they were putting out. You get some cool characters, but it's not for me, and I'm glad I got rid of them, man.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one that I think is actually an even worse value proposition. This is another Elite Edition from McFarlane. It's a figure. Doesn't even have two different head sculpts. It's got two different faceplates that come with it. Two guns, some extra hands, a backpack, and a non-posable dog. Okay, this is very much a basic Snake Eyes comparison. Probably with less weapons. Right? $60.
No.
$60. No. That's an easy pass.
That cost him $10 to make.
Yeah.
If even that.
If the dog was articulated, it would obviously be a better value. But holy crap, they couldn't even articulate the dog for $60.
Yeah.
This is like a $16 figure that they used to put out like 3 years ago. This figure alone with, an extra couple of hands and a gun or two would have been what, less than $20, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How does this equate to $60?
I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because you call it Elite, does it make it Elite?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I do want to go, and I am going to say some positive things about this one. And it's a McFarlane. I don't think it's all going to be positive. So here's another McFarlane Elite Edition. This is, again, from Fallout. This is a big chungus of a figure. Guarantee, well, I mean, it damn well should be an inch or more taller than the other, I forget what her name is now, Lucy, I think. The figure that we just looked at. He comes with some very large weapons and quite a few of them, a bunch of extra hands, a sword, and all of the other stuff that she came with. Right? I mean, that's a much better loadout.
Right.
Same price. How is that the same price?
Bad marketing.
I don't get it.
Bad marketing.
I don't get it. So yeah.
Da bear.
Da bear.
Da bear. I'm gonna open Da bear.
Yeah, dude, Troy, I'm with you, man. I like these properties that I just showed off. That's why I showed them off. I would like to have representations from them on my shelves, but not at that price for that quality. Personally, I am a quality overpriced kind of a guy. I'm happy to put up on a figure if I see it as being a good quality, good sculpt, good articulation. That to me is where the value comes in. And so, yeah, I just can't make that work.
Man, don't drop this on your foot, man. This thing's heavy.
All right, I got like one more, maybe two. I want to talk about Kickstarter.
Okay.
Because I think Kickstarter is an interesting position to be at in the value conversation.
And this was the next thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to value is the indie world. Creators, fans that become creators that make cool stuff like Chris does. And it's not even out yet, but just I'm so excited for that line.
So
because
Kickstarter lets you help the creator make the thing, bring it to life. And therefore, you're getting in on the ground floor. There is some risk there, but with that risk, you ostensibly are getting a better value than you would if you were to buy it at retail. You will certainly get it earlier, or you should at least. I think there's been some scenarios where you haven't gotten it earlier. But as I'm scrolling through here, as Kickstarters get more popular and more people back it, the value increases because figures unlock or extras unlock. And poof, suddenly, if you're in a tier that would get that extra, that add-on, that other figure automatically included for the same price, bang, your value is just that much better there. And we got a good chunk of figures unlocked with this one.
Somebody get this guy a Coca-Cola.
What?
Somebody get this guy a Coca-Cola. You don't remember the Polar Bear Coca-Cola commercials?
So he remained locked. However, we got a bunch of extra figures unlocked in this, and that made the whole value of, for example, this tier, reward tier, I think is how they refer to it, that much more valuable. And I think that's cool. Most of the time, they'll kind of give you at a base, you're going to get this, but then if we unlock stuff, you're going to get that for free or something, So it's not like your value would have been bad had you not gotten everything unlocked, but it definitely gets better when more things unlock. And I think Kickstarter's cool. Not all of them are for me, but and not all of them are for everybody.
True.
But I think it's interesting, and I do enjoy the hype of stretch goals. Now, should Hasbro be doing Kickstarters? I think it's debatable, right? So, Trey, why don't you tell us about the value of that big behemoth right behind you?
Oh, dude. Okay, so I absolutely freaking love this thing because it's so cool. I mean, are there things that I wish it had a little bit better? Yes, but
tell us about those things.
Nobody's making anything like this except for Gridiron. I mean, dude, it's cool. So my only complaints: these open up, and you can stick a figure in there, and there's a thing that folds down on the inside that that they can stand on, but they don't quite stand up high enough, which makes me want to get the turret, because the turret, I've watched Alan the Collector's video on the turret, and they sit up high enough that they can reach the guns. That's really my main gripe about this. I think it's cool though, man. I mean, this opens up, you got a freaking shovel back there, you got all these guys and they fit, and you can just do whatever. You can take so many pictures with this. The wheels roll. I do wish these were open smoke canister launchers like this one, but man, I got Steeler in there driving. I like it. It's got tow hooks and other places to tow things, and
so it was expensive though, right?
It was $400. $400, and but you can mod the modularity on it. You can move these baskets. You can move this. This comes off. It comes on clips. You can unroll it and cover it up. You can take these off, these antenna or whatever. But
I have add-ons for it too.
Yeah, they make add-ons. They have the turret, and it's $150 for the turret. So that would be freaking $550 all in with it if I get the turret. But I think I'm going to do it because I want it. Yeah, is that camo netting hanging on the side? Yes, it is. It is loose. It is connected by rubber bands. And you just, clip that onto the clip, and the clips come off, and you can use the clips for other things like.
And you can take that off and unroll it too, right?
You can take it off and unroll it. I'm not going to do it yet. I might eventually, but there's other things like this backpack is on that same clip, so you can take the backpack off the clip. The clip can stay there, and then you can get another accessory where you can put it on a figure and clip this on the back of a figure. I have tons of Gridiron stuff.
Yeah,
Joe and Cobra that will go perfectly with this set. And there was one thing this didn't come with the swivel attachment, but man, I emailed Gridiron and they're like, do you have another order coming? We'll just throw it in there or we'll just send it out to you. So I might be placing another order soon for the turret because it takes this literally took 45 days to ship. And another week to get here because they're in Arizona. Yeah. So, it was a big wait. It was a lot of money extended for a certain amount of time, but they tell you that up front. Yeah. They're up front with it. But I really like that thing, man. My value is that I think it's freaking cool. I'm gonna take some really cool pictures with it. The battlefield's not big enough for all the vehicles I have, especially when ramen stuff gets here.
Oh God.
Oh man, I gotta make room for that.
Yep, me too. Well, dude, I think we talked that to death, and I have one thing to add to this that that might be a little unexpected. I want to tell everybody, and this is coming from my perspective as creating Otherworld Arsenal. I am actively working to get my prices to be lower. Okay. And this is where value comes into play. So for example, even with the discount code that I offered when we did our launch, let's say, even, a month from now, if I were to drop the price on the command console, I think some people would be a little annoyed because, I paid more than that and I got it at the beginning and blah, blah, blah. I want those people to rest assured that I have been formulating a number of things in my head that should I be able, I am currently working to try to get a direct manufacturer relationship for some of the components that go into my command console and some of the components that will go into other products that I'm working on to do my best to make that price lower. Because I understand it's expensive. It's more than I wanted to launch it at. But right now, that inventory that I got was under tariffs. And it was more expensive than I wanted it to be.
Right.
So I'm putting it out there right now that in one way, shape, or form, I am going to make sure that especially my early supporters are going to have ongoing support and incentive and feel good. They're going to feel confident to go out and make any purchase on my website.
Nice.
Now I don't know if that's going to mean like I give you a discount on a new product or I'm not really sure exactly what that's going to equate to, right. But it's definitely something that I've been thinking about. Cool. And I want to make sure that, the people that are supporting me and helping me get this thing up off the ground, I want to say, I want to give more details, but, obviously things are still in flux and still happening. I think you're going to be happy. I think you're going to be like, man, not only was I in on the ground floor and helped support him, but, he's back there, showing appreciation to me. Mm-hmm. Not just me on the show saying thank you, but I'm literally, going to do my best to make sure that, your input and your support in my new company, my new, venture, is going to be appreciated.
And that's another thing is like you put a lot of time and effort and energy into making something cool. And like that kind of brings us to the customizer's version of this conversation. Anybody that's done customizing, how much time and energy and extra material you had to buy to make that cool thing you made, right? Sometimes you took 4 figures and pieced things together and molded stuff and used your skill and experience of customizing to make something really cool. And then for somebody to say, hey, I'll give you $20 for it. Dude, it cost me $150 just to get that thing to where it's at right now. How about, showing some love for the creativity here? It's and if you customize, you understand that. And I don't know that everybody does.
Yeah. I mean, people look at creations that people have made in the community. For example, let's just talk about a custom action figure. Okay. At one point, I reached out to a dude early when I was getting into 112 stuff. A guy had made a grifter figure. And I was like, damn, that's really cool. And, I actually reached out to him and I said, dude, how much would it cost for you to either sell that one to me or make me one? And he gave me a number that I was honestly kind of shocked by. And I said, okay, forgive my ignorance, but why? And when he went on to explain it to me, I had not gotten into customizing my own figures. Right. I did not really understand everything that would have to go into that process. I immediately was like, oh, dude, that makes absolute sense. And the fact of the matter was he used like a rather expensive Mafex base body. He used, a custom 3D print that he painted. That time would have to go into that paint. He did some other pieces from another figure that went into the body. And poof, even for him to just break even was a large number, So when customizers do that, I think people, some people get it, some people don't. I hope everybody went and saw that Sir Dork did a review of the Command console. Dude's a lot of fun. He's a super nice guy. Yeah. And, he got a couple of things wrong and it was kind of like, oh, it hurts just, that it wasn't all perfect, but I still love him. Yeah. And the fact that he did that was awesome. And he even had like little asterisks come on the screen and say, nope, this screen is actually this, And that was all in good fun and everything.
You did a good job, man. It was a good review.
And I will say the feedback on this video has been very positive. However, the negative has been, cost. And I absolutely get it. Like I said, I am actively working to try to make that better. And, I guess that's all I'm trying to say is that, I don't want people to hesitate on buying something from Otherworld Arsenal because of the fact that they might think, oh, he's trying to make his price lower. Well, yeah, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that that your early support is going to be meaningful to me and you get return on that, that appreciation. And, I'm not to the point where I can do like a rewards point system. Right. But, that is something that I'm kind of, I don't know whether I would equate what I would like to do to that or to like, personal coupons or.
Still early. You got time to figure that out. And, you got people like Bobby Valley. He just announced that he's lowering the price of his figures. Yep. And helping out, he probably did something with the factory to get, less price having, and he took a profit and gave it back to the customer. And we appreciate that. Yep. I definitely appreciate it. And, everybody else is like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's awesome too. Yeah. But
I will say,
not everybody's doing that.
Oh, nobody's doing that. I will say comparatively, one thing that he did, that I'm trying to do is he released the Vanguard at such and such price. And he has recently gone and lowered that. It is less expensive now than if you bought it, when it first launched. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like what I'm looking at. But I want to make sure that, my customers know that, hey, you're helping out a brand and that brand appreciates you. So I don't know, maybe this is all too saccharine of me or, I'm being a goober about this, but it's, Otherworld Arsenal is my baby and I want, people to, appreciate, the brand and think it's cool. And all I'm trying to do is, give every reason for people to think it. So
get in line, Dookie.
I think he's talking about you.
Yeah, he is.
And one last thing. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save it.
Yeah, what was the thing you told me? I'm not going to talk to you about it now. I'm going to tell you about it now. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, earlier? That was just Billy. That was just him. Yeah.
When
we were talking backstage, I was going to show them to you, but then I was like, no, okay. I'm going to attempt to do my terrible British gangster accent, which I know is awful.
Yeah.
But you're not going to stop me.
Troy says, BS, bring it.
It was close. I almost came out with some stuff, but things are happening.
I'll tell you, people, you'll probably hear it here first.
You will. Absolutely.
You'll hear it here first.
When I am ready. And here's, dude, this goes back to that whole, I'm on the other side of the fence now. And it's like, I just want to tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
But I can't, because some things might change. Some things might not make sense, or people might not understand exactly what I'm talking about. And so, yeah.
And I'll be bugging the shit out of you after the show.
Yeah, this one's just a minor thing. So you're not missing out on anything crazy. But next show needs to be all accent.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I don't think I could do that even if I wanted to. I'm tempted.
I could probably pull that off.
We should do like a pirate show or like, a ninja
Look at
show.
you big you're here. I went to ECU. I was a pirate for 4.5 years. I can do a pirate voice.
There you go. Well, dude, I think we've talked this one to death. We did get some of our new hotness out, which was cool.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you want to throw pics into our Facebook group, obviously we're pulling stuff from them. We really love seeing that sort of thing and, interacting with everybody outside of the show. It's all I need is to talk about action figures more.
Yeah. NC Underground Toy Swap.
14 of my Rattler being on the kitchen counter.
NC Underground Toy Swap this Saturday, Dragon's Horde, Greensboro, North Carolina, 10 to 3. If you're anywhere near there, come hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be a good time.
I'm not sure if I'm going to make that, but I'm going to do my best. Work is being weird this weekend.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think it will. Well, everybody, I think we're going to call it on that note. Hopefully you had fun. I think it was a good one. And we did rant. I would definitely call that some ranting. So
you ranted a little more than I ranted, but okay.
I know. The more I got to looking into the value proposition, the more I was like, you know what? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, we call out the bullshit.
Worked myself up a little bit. It was good stuff. So, all right, everybody. That was a fun one. We will catch you next time.
Peace.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic